What's going on, guys? It's Adonis and Dragon Ball Super, episode 69. A filler. Again. But it was so damn funny. So some of you guys know I am not a fan of filler or slice of life episodes from Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Super. I'm just not a fan of them. This episode was done so damn well. It was so funny. So we start out, there is this kind of science convention contest that Bulma's attending. Goku is a bodyguard. He ends up tearing his clothes. He has his hair combed back. It's pretty funny to see him like that. He obviously leaves his post because he gets bored, doesn't want to stand there anymore, so he just leaves his post. But during the science convention, Dr. Slump shows up with an invention that essentially creates whatever you imagine. Really awesome, actually. If you're not familiar with Dr. Slump, it was a manga character that Akira Toriyama did prior to Dragon Ball. So really, really cool. And Arale is that character from the manga. She actually played a role in Dragon Ball. Not a role, but she had a crossover episode in Dragon Ball. You saw her earlier in the series Dragon Ball Super. So really cool to have her again in this, and it's kind of more of a crossover type episode. Now, Dr. Slump's nemesis, Dr. Mascherito, comes basically in with Arale and gave her some kind of serum that basically makes her urge for play, I guess like 100 times more or something like that. And shit goes crazy. Now, Arale is an android or a robot. So she's extremely durable, extremely strong, and whatever serum that Dr. Mascherito gave her basically enhanced that, that urge to want to play. And yeah, started beating ass. Now this is where all the funny stuff really started taking place. Vegeta basically is the first line of defense in the convention space. He's basically like, talking to Dr. Slump, hey, is it okay if I play with her? And he's like, yeah, just, make her stop, be careful kind of thing. And man, this was the best thing I've ever seen. It was so good. Vegeta's going at it, gets knocked out of the entire building. Goku wakes up with, obviously Vegeta flying overhead, and Vegeta's pissed. Like, he's super upset. He ends up fighting her, or trying to fight her, punches her. She flies across the world, come back, and then kicks him in the back, basically in the back, knocks him into the ground. He was like, how does she travel all around the world that fast? Like, it was just so funny. And he addresses her as a gag comic character. Like, they're aware of who she is or what type of character she is. It was just so funny. Just the fight between Vegeta and Arale had me dying. I wish I would have recorded the reaction to it. It was just so good. Now, we did have Goku go Super Saiyan Blue and start fighting Arale. She has this beam that she basically inhales, very similar to Kirby. Inhales and then spits out a beam, energy blast towards Goku. Goku Kamehamehas it, counters it, explodes. No damage to either one of them. And then she was like, let's do it again times 100. And he was like, what? Like, there's one of those things where she's a gag comic book character, but she's super strong. So it's so funny to see it and have somebody that's that kind of like playful, but extremely dangerous. And all the while, Bulma's trying to figure out how to get Beerus and Whis to the planet to stop Arale. So she basically takes the news camera, points it to the invention that Dr. Slump created, and told everybody in the world, like, hey, think of all the best food you ever thought of, your family's favorite dishes, and just keep thinking them and looking into the TV. And essentially it creates this ball of goodness that attracts Beerus from basically the other side of the universe. Now, this is where things get really interesting. And if this is taken serious, really shows the level that Beerus is actually on. So right when he gets there, Arale is like, oh, a cat. Obviously disrespecting Beerus, right? He does his little tap thing with his foot. Everybody kind of flies back. Her head pops off. The ghost, though, Dr. Mascherito, right, gets destroyed immediately. Beerus just destroys him. And Whis was like, there's nothing that the god of destruction can't destroy. Now, what does this mean? Does this mean that, hypothetically, if he showed up to fight Merge Zamasu, even though he had this kind of universal power, he could have still destroyed him because there's nothing he can't destroy? So if we take it based off of what he's saying, there could be some truth in the fact that Beerus is still a lot stronger than what we're actually being, shown thus far. And even Goku, every time he's around Beerus, after this is post, Murzamasu arc, he's obviously a lot stronger, not to mention after the Zenkai that he received after this. He's already a lot stronger than what he was prior, and he still has that unnerving feeling around Beerus. So really interesting, just an Easter egg in there. I don't know if you guys caught it, but we will look into this more. But if he can destroy anything, there's nothing he can't destroy. Man. Probably the first and only slice of life episode that I actually enjoyed. I was laughing almost the entire time. Animation was done really well. It was a really cool crossover. I actually really enjoyed it. But let me know what you guys thought about the crossover with Arale. Was it something that you guys were interested in at the beginning? Did you not like it? Did you end up liking it like I did? Let me know in the comment section. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. Show your boys some love. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you're going to want to do that. Hit that APP logo in the corner to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to check out my episode 68 review, you want to click that link right there. All right, guys, till next time. See you later.